is a good fish. Yep. Oh my God. Hey, what's going on, everyone? So 2 weeks or so-ish ago, I guess at this point, I don't know how long it's been, honestly, because I've lost all track of time. I got out on this lake with my buddy Greg down the road from my house down here that it's got a good spot on it that, depending on the time of the year, it can like really churn out some good fish. Right now, it's pumping out a couple of fish every few days or so. It seems like once you catch a couple off of it, then you got to wait a few days, come back, fish again, kind of thing. So I took him out there because he's in a monthly challenge tourney, and we wanted to get him on at least one big fish that day. And I got out there a little bit before he did, so let's take a look at what happened. Well, I just got to my spot, and somebody else is already in it. That's a big old gator. Wonder if that's the same fella I had a stare down with the other evening. That is a fish. Oh, and that feels like a good one. That feels like a good one. That feels like a good one. Feels like it might not be a bass. I don't know. It is. He just came with some grass, is all. That's why it felt better than it was. Oh yeah. It just came up. I don't think it's a bass. It doesn't feel like it. Oh, it is. It's a toad. Oh my God, get me that. Get me that. Oh my God. That is a freaking toad. Oh, my heart is pounding right now. Oh my God. Oh, she was not coming unhooked. Oh my friggin' God, that is a tank. assume, there it goes. Grab your scale, because my scale only says 6.5, and this fish is nearly 24 inches, and it ain't skinny. Listen to your boy, man. Come down here and start throwing this spinnerbait on the grass. Already caught 2. This is obviously the bigger of the 2.
So we team fish in this tournament? How much is that? $500? $600?
Alright. It's a 6.5 pound.
Long, dude. Look at that.
Alright. She's wanting to get back in the water, so I'm going to let her go. And I got this camera over here set up to do the release shot.
Alright, go for it.
Yeah. Here we go. Get this girl back in the water. I kept her out way too long. I mean, I didn't. I had her on the donkey.
You throwing at this shit, or you throwing in the middle?
If you throw out this way, you'll feel it. There's. Okay, you're free now, sweetie. You can go. She's just chilling here now. She don't know what to do. Ah, there she goes.
Check out my boat, you bitch.
So right out here, there is a bunch of grass that's like way taller than the rest of it. That's it, man. Throw out there. There's a gator. That's a decent sized one. It's not real big, but it's pretty good size. Alright, so I knew going into this day that this lake was going to be fishing just a little bit off because it had really dirtied up for whatever reason. I think it's probably because they nuked it and got rid of a lot of the grass. A lot of it's grown back already, actually. About 20 yards behind us is where the reed line was, and there's already topped out hydrilla coming off the reeds about to where we were sitting, casting out towards the middle of the lake. So what we were actually doing, even though it was flat calm and like bluebird skies almost and sunny, we had been throwing spinnerbaits and chatterbaits. Reason being, what I found was that the water was so murked up that you needed to throw something to let these fish know that it was there. Something with some thump, some water displacement to it, something. So I actually had unfortunately casted off the only 2 chatterbaits that I had, either like 2 days before or 3 days before that, and with the situation that we have going on in the world right now, I wasn't going to the store to pick up a chatterbait. So I wound up throwing spinnerbaits, caught a 6.5 pounder. Greg lost a tank, probably as heavy, maybe not as long, but probably as heavy as mine. Came up and jumped, and he had his rod tip up, and it was a heartbreaker. But anyway, we were fishing some taller grass out in front of us, where the grass was coming up about a foot or so off the bottom underneath us, and in patches it would just be clean and sandy, but as you went out, the grass came back, and then it came up, and it's getting close to topping out in that spot where those fish were oriented around. So, muddy water, throwing that spinnerbait. It was like a white pattern. That lake's got a lot of crappie in it, so I was throwing like a white pattern with some black speck in it, and then it's got like a little bit of red on the underside. I don't know if the color mattered so much. The white was what really made it, I'm sure, is that it stood out in that murky water. So yeah, fish that reaction bite. When it's there, take advantage of it, because sometimes you catch a good one slipping, even in as silly a situation as that. So I appreciate you sticking with me this long. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch up with you next time. Peace.